Today we are going to be talking about Zoom and how we are going to use Zoom in order to transform our usual classroom activities all onto an online platform through calls by using Zoom. You will see below on the video we have simplified steps into a sentence. If you ever want to go back to a step, you can use that as a reference. So first you will want to type Zoom into the search bar and click on the Zoom website link. It will ask you here to insert your email in order to sign up. Now we are going to click the confirm button, and here it is asking you to open your email in order to verify that it's yours. Now we will go ahead and open another tab by pressing the plus arrow next to our already open tab. Now we will click on our recent email from Zoom in order to activate our Zoom account. Now let's scroll down and press activate account. Once you press this button, it will take you to another tab where it asks you to fill out your first and last name and password. Please fill out this information with your real first name and last name, and make sure to create a password that you will remember and adheres to the guidelines listed below. This step is just asking you to invite friends if you would like, but it is not necessary, so let's click the skip this step, which is to the right of the orange button on the bottom of the page. Now it is directing you to start a test meeting. I recommend you do this as it will allow you to become familiar with navigating the program. Let's click the orange Start Meeting Now button in order to get familiar with navigating Zoom. And a download should automatically start, and this download window will pop up. Pick a place to save Zoom and then click the Save button on the bottom right-hand corner of the window. This should close the window, and now we will wait until the download is done. Once it is done, click the download and wait for Zoom to load up. Now that it is loaded up, your Zoom should now open. Here it is asking us to join with our computer audio, but before we do that, we want to make sure that our correct microphone and speaker are being used so that we can make sure we can both hear and talk during this meeting. In order to do this, let's click on the test speaker and microphone button under the blue button. Now, as you can see, it is asking us if we can hear a ringtone, which we can, so that is how we know that our speaker is set up correctly. If you cannot hear this, make sure to click the drop-down menu and select your correct speaker, and once you can hear the ringtone, click Yes. Here it is asking you to say something and it will play it back for you. Make sure that you choose your correct microphone. You can use the drop-down menu also again to make sure that you're using the correct microphone. Once you know that your microphone is correct and you hear the replay back to you, press Yes. So this completes your microphone and speaker setup. Now we can click the Join with Computer Audio button. Now let's click the blue Join with Computer Audio button now that we are set. So now that we're set, let's look around Zoom and familiarize ourselves with the features it has. So when you join a meeting, it won't look like this. It will instead have the names of the people in the meeting and video, but since only I am here at the moment, the host, it will look like this. So if you go to the bottom left of Zoom, you can see that the microphone button, if it doesn't have a red line, that means that the meeting can hear you. If you want to mute yourself, make sure to click the microphone button, and you can make sure it is muted by making sure that the microphone button now has a red line through it. If you look to the middle, you can find the green Share Screen button. If you click this, you can pick what screen you want to share from your windows to even files you have on your computer like an essay on Word or Google Drive. If you look one button to the right, you have the Chat button. This button is useful when you are muted and your teacher is lecturing, but you have a question. This is where you would type it. You can also share a file in this chat as well as from your computer or from your Google Drive or other applications by pressing the File button on the right. In order to leave the meeting, click the red End Meeting button on the bottom right on Zoom. Then click Leave Meeting. So now that we have navigated Zoom a bit more, let's talk about how it will feel like to join a Zoom meeting. So you will get an email that looks similar to this. You need to find the meeting link in order to open the meeting, which we can find by scrolling down. Once you click this, the Zoom meeting link should take you to another tab where it asks you if you want to open Zoom, in which you will click Open Zoom. Then another tab will open. If your teacher hasn't yet started the meeting and you are waiting for it to start, it will look like this. You can wait on this tab, and once your teacher starts the meeting, Zoom will open automatically. In the meantime, you can press the Test Computer or Audio button in order to make sure that your microphone and speaker are properly set up. You also want to make sure that you are signed in. If you aren't signed in, press the blue Sign In button that appears. Another way to join is through Meeting ID. If you are going to use the Meeting ID, first we have to open Zoom webpage, and then let's make sure to sign in. If you cannot remember your password, please click the Request an Email button in order to reset your password, and then check your email for the Zoom reset. Once you fill out your email and password, click Sign In. Now that you are signed in, let's click the blue Join a Meeting text button on the upper right-hand corner. It will take you to a page that says Join a Meeting and allows you to input a meeting ID. You will find your meeting ID in the email that will be sent to you once you start classes on April 13th. Input your meeting ID and click the blue Join button. It will ask you if you want to open Zoom, in which you will click the Open Zoom button once again. Since we already have our mic and speaker set up from last time, we can just click the Join with Computer Audio button now. And that is how you join a meeting. Keep in mind that you can still change your mic and speaker once you are in the meeting by pressing the arrow pointing upward next to the microphone and speaker button. You can also enable your video by pressing the video button and making sure that there isn't a red line through it anymore. Also, remember that the chat feature is very important in order to be able to talk to the teacher or students in the classroom. Also, remember that once the meeting is over, you need to click the red End Meeting button on the bottom right-hand corner of Zoom, then click Leave Meeting. You can also go ahead and just close the Zoom window now. If you want to log out of your account on Zoom, just click the Zoom logo and click on the blue My Account button in the upper right-hand corner. Once it loads, you can then go ahead and click the Avatar button in the upper right-hand corner and then click Sign Out. And that is how you navigate through Zoom in order to attend your virtual classes.